Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Ramirez. I'm going to be giving you guys a brief demonstration of our restaurant point of sale software. So as you can see here, this is a fully cloud optimized point of sale software that's going to allow you guys to actually have great reliability and great flexibility over your restaurant. Here you can see I'm going to go ahead and start from the top screen. You can see here we can log in with either a swipe card or a PIN. So here I will be using just a 4-digit PIN. Here's where you can also see we do allow for clocking in and clocking out. Now this is just a demo unit, so I just have an administrator message here. I will walk you guys through some of our different screens. So obviously custom table layouts have become kind of an industry standard, but ours are a little bit better. Here you can see we have color-coded tables, we have timers, and this is also interactive. Now when I actually press and hold on any of these, I can actually give it a custom table status. So whether it needs busing, whether it's ready, whatever you need, you can actually set that yourself. Now I'm going to walk you guys through in order. We'll say there's only one guest here. Now you can see our full menu is completely customizable as well. So whether you want quite a few items on here or whether you want just a few, you actually are the decision maker. So here I can see I'll go ahead and choose a Cadillac tea. I'll come over to maybe our burgers. I'll order a BYO burger. Now you can see what our modifiers look like. Here you can see they're all self-collapsing, and you can make them either required or not required. So here, for example, a meat temperature, obviously we need to know how that burger needs to be made. Here you can see we will make this one medium rare. We'll do a brioche bun, and we will choose pepper jack cheese. And same with all of the additionals, so adds, nos on the sides. Here you can see avocado on the side, a red onion. In terms of notes, here we can go ahead and tap on here, and I can go ahead and choose, C server, any custom notes you may need. And again, you can tap into any of these fields and go ahead and choose what you'd prefer. Go ahead and hit done. And we also provide substitutions and upcharges. So what that means is here, for example, if I was to substitute a red potato, you can see there's a $2.50 additional upcharge. This is great, again, because it gives that business owner great flexibility on how to run their business. We won't be needing a drink with this, but you can actually, if you're doing like meals or combos, add another drink. We'll just add one, for example. We'll say a Diet Coke. Boom. Go ahead and hit done. Excellent. Now you have your full order. So one of the great things that makes this POS so flexible and so easy is just how streamlined it is. In the entire point of sale, there's really only 3 places that a person needs to go in order to send a command. Any check or table level commands, you go ahead and click above the guest, and here you're going to be able to do things like add a surcharge, add a discount, combine it with a different check, transfer it to a different server, any ticket high level things. Now, if you go ahead and click on any item specific things, here you're going to be able to do things like give it a set price, split it, void it, change the quantity, modify it, whatever you may need. Now, if you come down to show commands, here I'll be able to do things like batch the credit cards, attach a credit card, clock in, clock out, email a receipt, or even do a gift card. Basically much higher level commands that may be only used a few times throughout the business day. I'll go ahead and hit cancel there. Cool. So now going back to some of the other key functions here, if I go over to list orders, I'll go ahead and send this guy over to the kitchen. Now I have a full list of all my different orders. Now, I do have a few more orders than are typically open. I do apologize. I give demos all day. But for example, I can show you how I can sort them. So here, if we go to open or close, I can sort them by that, whether they're carry out, dine in, or online order. You can see I can actually have a separate one underneath here for when someone uses online ordering with our system. And even who's the owner of that ticket, whether it's me, whether it's someone else in the building. Here you can see a bunch of different users who are actually using this demo account. You can sort it by all of their different accounts. So pretty great. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit of our back of house. This is what our back of house looks like, so you're actually able to take full control of your POS. Now, we give business owners, obviously, an additional training after we train their wait staff and anyone who needs to be. We'll go ahead and log them into the back of house and show them how to do things like modify their menu items, provide additional discounts, anything like that. I'll show you what a few of them look like. So this is how you would create your own custom discount. Here's just a veteran discount on liquor. Here you can actually see we can actually do pop-up pricing, percentage, or a flat dollar amount. We'll go ahead and go down, and you can actually choose specifically who in the business you would like to be eligible to give this discount. And you could even choose a schedule. So if this is a discount you'd only like to run on certain days, you can go ahead and do that. The great thing about this is you're actually able just to click on each individual day that you'd like to have this run, have a start and a stop time, and now, without the business owner or a manager having to go into the system, they are actually able to customize this to where the POS will trigger this automatically. They're not going to have to go in here and flag something or do anything like that. The POS is going to do all the legwork for you. Let's see here. Show you guys a little bit about job positions. This is great because this is a question I get asked all the time. Hey, Eric, how well can I lock down the system? I want to make sure that my employees are staying honest with me. I want to make sure that the POS is safe and not being tampered with, and this is where they can do that. So here you can see, this is, let's do a cook, for example. Here under a cook, you can see we're pretty much allowing them to clock in only. They can't accept order transfers, accept payments. They can be limited on how long their breaks are. Here you can see we can actually lock down how they do cash management. So can they adjust their own tips, other people's tips, batch the credit cards at the end of the day, pre-authorized credit cards, all of the different discounts you may offer. You can even limit that. Whether they can do gift cards, loyalty, order management, can they split checks, all kinds of different things. So you can actually lock down this POS quite a bit. You can see here even clock in early and clock out late. Whereas a manager, now you can see we've given them quite a few different options here. So again, just kind of showing everyone that we can, really get very specific with this. And this isn't to intimidate people. This is to show people that, hey, this is a system that is going to grow with you. So whether it's a small mom and pop shop that, just does a few different items, maybe mostly open on the weekends, things like that, this would be an excellent fit. They're going to be able to get everything they need, and should they need to expand in the future, it's going to have it built in already. Whereas maybe a larger chain, let's say 5, 10, 20 different locations already fully established, this is going to give them that big oversight to allow them to manage all of the small different details of their business day in and day out to make sure that, again, it's accommodating everyone. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit about the reporting site. And honestly, this is my favorite. And again, guys, you can see here, I have been able to get to all of these different systems just through a web browser. So again, showing the flexibility and the reliability of a cloud-based system. Business owner can actually manage all of this from a laptop, from a desktop, doesn't really matter where they are. And we also provide apps. So apps for managers that actually go on their smartphone, both Android and Apple, as well as a reporting app for business owners. So just great flexibility. Let's see here. So this is what we call our reporting site. This is where you're going to be able to get all of the different information all in one portal. Here you can see this is what we call our hourly dashboard. Just a few things to notice here. Here under our filter, again, going back to whether it's a 1 location or 20, 30, 40, I can pull up all of these different locations, no problem. They're all accessible right in one easy portal. So I'll just choose this location here just for demo, and same with our time range. So because all of this information is actually stored in the cloud, it doesn't really matter how much you want to go back. So we can go back 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. All of this data is safe and secured. Getting back to this is our hourly dashboard. So if we scroll down, you can see here our different sales numbers, our labor costs, our labor over sales, some of our check average, guest count, discounts, and voids. So a very brief but hourly breakdown of everything that's going on, kind of like a snapshot. Now, if we click on the left-hand tab, you're going to see here we have a ton of different reports. And now they're all categorized, so whether it's closing, whether it's sales, whether it's gift cards, labor, loyalty, payments, you name it, there's basically a report in here for everyone. Just for demonstration purposes, I'll briefly show you our daily sales recap. Here you're going to be able to see a bunch of different things. You're going to be able to see your net receipts, your top sellers. Here I'm actually able to mouse over and see all of my different numbers. Here are all my different net sales broken down by category. And again, these are customizable. Let's say, for example, this location doesn't sell alcohol. That's not a problem. Who is the top voider in our business that night? who is selling the most. Here you can see a bunch of different parts of the day actually broken down, and so you can see your sales. Here you can see we did pretty well in our happy hour, all the different voids and discounts. Who are the top discounters in the business? So you can actually see specifically who is discounting the most, all of our cash flow, what we're over, what we're short, all of our different payment types. So we actually break it down by type, so you can actually keep track of all that. Cash on hand, obviously, and here we have Uber Eats. Now this is actually great. Any third parties, whether it's Uber, Eat24, Postmates, any of those third-party applications that offer some sort of delivery service, we're actually able to add a separate payment method in the point of sale. So what that means is you're actually able to keep track of all of your different sales. So again, it doesn't really matter who it's coming from. You can add it into the system and keep track of those sales. Here's a little bit about pay in, pay out, a little bit about taxes, surcharges, and labor. So again, just a very quick and easy snapshot of the day with quite a bit more detail. And again, all of these reports you can actually export out. We make it very easy for you to print them, email them, save them as a PDF, subscribe to them, or even compare them to a similar report. So again, just kind of making it simple for pretty much everything. Here on the left, we can go down to a different report I like to show often, which is called a product mix. In here, you're going to actually get to interact with your data a little bit. So here, we can actually see all of our different categories again, but now I can actually flip this over and see specifically what I'm looking at. Here are our different day parts. So again, if I want to see just, let's say, our draft beer, click into draft beer. Let's say I only want to see dinner, click into dinner. Dine in, obviously. And you can see our top sellers right there. And so right there, I've just basically built a custom report and specified what I want to look at. And again, you can reset all of these, start back at scratch, no problem. Here, if I go down into the bottom, here I can see all my categories, and I can interact with them. So I can look into things like all my different food items, all my different beer items, and go through each of those. Here's the quantity sold, net sales, average price, all of the good information. So here I'll click into just my daily burger. I can see here the different times of the day that it was selling best. Here are my employees, which sold it best. Which modifiers are actually going best with the item. And then this is great. We actually keep a little bit of information on your customers so you can learn a little bit more about your customer base. So for example, I can actually go into all these different people and click on them. Here's the customer, first time being here, ordered quite a few different things. Let me see if I can find one who's been here more than once. There we go. So this gentleman has been here 7 times. Spent a total of $261, and you can see all of the different times he's actually been here. Great thing is we store, again, all of this information. So if I go over and click on his order number, here I can actually pull it up. You can see here he was at the table for 2 hours. His server was Corey. He was at table 33. Here's all his different items that he got, his different guests, and you can pull up the receipt that he would have been handed that very night. And you can email it directly from Imagine. Here you can see we actually have a little field where you can actually CC anyone on this. And again, just making it easy for people to navigate all this. Alrighty, cool. So obviously there's a lot of reporting features in here, but of course at any given point you can always search it. So for example, if I go into my search function, let's say I set it back a little bit. Let's go into December. And I'll type in something a little bit random, like MIL and 123. Now, when I hit search, not only is it searching today and yesterday, but it's actually searching all of my different report types. So it's searching things that have orders that have 123 in them. I'm looking at customers that may have MIL in the name. And I'm also looking at products that have 123 or MIL in the name. So I'm actually looking up a ton of different stuff. And again, anything that is green, I can actually click on. So again, I'll click on any of these. I can see, oh, okay, been here 2 times. Let's say it's a customer who wants a copy of their receipt. Pull it up, find their order number, scroll down to the bottom, choose any of their receipts they might have had that night, and now I'm all set. Let's see here. We have a couple main integrations aside from all this great stuff. Here you can see we have a QuickBooks integration, which is great. what it's going to actually enable you to do is choose all of your QuickBooks accounts and actually export all of this raw data over to QuickBooks. So whether it's pay in, pay out, Uber Eats, Visa, Amex charges, any of that good stuff, you can actually send it straight over. And again, on the right, you can see whether it's a debit or a credit, you can actually see all of your numbers. And again, whether it is a desktop version of QuickBooks or it's the online version, we are compatible with both. We also do payroll. So here, looking at our payroll, I'll go back in the pay period a little bit. Let's go back to December, maybe a little earlier. There we go. Here you can see all of your different employees, what their regular hours are, what their overtime is, total pay, cash tips, credit tips, everything that a business owner needs to know. And again, we can go and export this out to a ton of different payroll companies. The main ones being ADP, Paycom, Paycor, and Heartland. There are a few others, but of course you can always email us if you do have another company that I did not list. Let's see here. If I go over to some of our other features, here if I click on my name, I can go over to what we call alerts and choose edit your alerts. This is an amazing feature because what it allows it to do is take some more time off of the business owner's hands that he doesn't need to spend on the POS. So if I go down to something like a void, what I'm able to do is I'm actually able to create a trigger value. So for example, here you can see the slider. I can go ahead and click and say, you know what, I want to be alerted every time that a waiter actually voids over $25 in my business. And underneath, I can choose whether it alerts me once or alerts me every single time that this happens. And I'll go ahead and choose myself, Eric at SpotOn.com, or I'll choose, maybe the manager for the night, maybe the wife, maybe the bookkeeper, whoever that may be. Go ahead and copy them right on this alert. And then lastly, if we go over to our subscriptions, here's where I'm going to be able to actually create subscriptions for the night. So coming down here, you'll see a bunch of different reports, obviously. Let's look at a cash deposit report. So what I'm going to be able to do with this cash deposit report is actually pick what days I would like this to run. So we're going to say pretty much every day for this. And then again, go down, choose myself, CC anyone else who may need to be informed of this. And now what I'm doing is I'm actually having the POS send us this report automatically each and every night that it calculates that number. So once it's done calculating what cash is going to be on hand and what's going to be deposited, it's going to go ahead and generate a report and then send it right over to us. Alrighty. Cool. So last but not least, this is going to be a short portion about our online ordering. So here you can see we actually provide custom mobile applications for our business owners. So if they don't want to use any third parties like Uber Eats or Waiter, Eat24, or any of those good things, they can actually create their own. So through Imagine, we actually have a platform where we can integrate both their online app as well as online ordering, and then it all integrates into the front of house. So one seamless platform. So you guys can actually download this at home, test it out for yourselves. It's a great app. If you don't want to download the app, you can always order directly online. So here I will order directly online. It'll take you over to the platform, and here you'll be able to choose from either the one location or any of the other locations that the business may own. So this one, we'll just choose the East Village. We'll go ahead and choose it for pickup, and we want this as soon as possible. We'll go ahead and continue here. I'll go ahead and add my first menu item, and in here I have a full menu. Now I can go ahead and choose burgers again, and I'll choose the same burgers earlier. Let's say, I don't know, barbecue burger. Get a brief depiction of what's going on here, and now I can actually choose all of my modifiers, much the same as I did in front of house. So now I can choose again, a potato on the side, and go ahead and hit save. Great thing is, again, if you have an account here, it'll sync up with front of house. Also, if you have a gift card, let's say you purchase a gift card in the actual restaurant itself, you can actually use it online as well. So just kind of showing you the flexibility and how seamless our online ordering platform is. And again, this is a live site, so I'm not going to place my order here, but just wanted to kind of run you through it. Let's see here. So that's pretty much a brief overview of our entire system, front of house, back of house, the reporting, and the online ordering. I do recommend everyone check it out for themselves, the online ordering and the application. And then lastly, any emails or any questions anyone may have, please feel free to email us. The two emails here, Eric at SpotOn.com, I deal with a lot of the demos and any of the more complex questions. And then if you have any larger questions, please feel free to email my team, restaurantpos@spoton.com. I thank you guys again for watching this demo, and please notify us if you do have any questions, large or small. We're here to help you guys. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.